Tonight, you'll reach for a switch. The room floods with light and you won't even think about it, but for almost all of human history, that switch didn't exist. And the hours after dark weren't empty. They were the most human hours of the day. Here's the rule the old world ran on. When the sun went down, the world went black. Truly black. No streetlight, no screen, a darkness you've probably never seen. For your ancestors, night wasn't a problem to solve. It was a room they lived in every single day. And what they did in that room is stranger than they slept. Start with sleep itself. You think of sleep as one block, 8 hours, lights off, lights on. That idea is younger than the light bulb. A historian named Roger E. Kirch spent years reading old diaries, court records, and letters, books from before the industrial age, and the same two words kept appearing, first sleep and second sleep, not a metaphor, a schedule. People went to bed a couple hours after dark, they slept. Then, near midnight, they woke up, not by accident, on purpose, and they stayed awake for an hour, sometimes two. So what did they do in that gap? Everything. They prayed, they talked, they had sex, they tended the fire, they checked on animals, some got up and visited a neighbor. Kirch found writers who said their clearest thoughts came in that hour, a quiet window between two sleeps that no one scheduled and everyone shared. Then they lay back down and slept again until morning. Two sleeps, a waking world in the middle of the night. And here's the part that's easy to miss. This wasn't insomnia, this was normal for thousands of years. This was simply how a human night worked. But a historian reading old books is one thing. The question is whether your body still remembers it. In the early 1990s, a scientist at the National Institute of Mental Health decided to test that. His name was Thomas Wehr. He took a group of people and did something simple. He took away artificial light, 14 hours of darkness every night, for a month. Roughly the darkness a human would have had in winter before electricity. At first they slept in one long block, like modern people do, catching up on years of exhaustion. But after a few weeks something shifted. Their sleep split in two. They'd fall asleep, wake in the middle of the night, lie awake calm for an hour or two, then fall back asleep until morning. The exact pattern Kirch had read about in the diaries. No one told these people to do it. Their bodies just did, and in that middle hour, Wehr measured their blood, a hormone linked to calm, to rest, to that half-dream state. It was elevated, as if the body had a setting for that hour, a setting you've probably never reached. So think about what that means for you. Somewhere in your genes is a night built in two halves, a built-in intermission you were never told about, and when you wake at 3 a.m. and panic that something's wrong, that you're broken, that you can't sleep, you might just be running very old code, your body opening a door, your world sealed shut. But sleep is only half the story, because the hours before the second sleep around the fire, those hours may have built something bigger than rest. In 2014, an anthropologist named Polly Wiesner published a study. She'd spent years with the Juhuansi, hunter-gatherers in the Kalahari, and she noticed something about their talk. By day, conversation was practical. Who did what? Who owed whom? Complaints, plans, gossip, the business of staying alive. But at night, around the fire, the talk changed completely. By firelight, most of what they said was stories, myths, the dead, faraway places, people who never existed. The daytime mind solved problems, the firelight mind imagined. And here's the turn almost no one tells you. Night wasn't the empty part of the day. It was the part where culture happened. The fire was the first theater, the first classroom, the first church. Everything that makes us more than survival machines, it may have been born in the hours you now spend asleep or scrolling. So look at your own night. The switch, the screen, the blue glow an hour before bed. You didn't just add light. You deleted a room humans lived in for 100,000 years. The middle of the night hour is gone. The firelight hour is gone. And your body still keeps looking for both. It's why you crave the fire of a screen at night. It's why the quiet hour finds you anyway at 3 a.m., wide awake and afraid. You're not broken. You're just early or late for a world that no longer exists. Now, be honest about the trade. No one is telling you to throw out the light bulb, Electric light gave us night shifts and surgery and safety. It pushed back a darkness that used to hide real danger. We gained hours. We gained control. This isn't a story about going back. It's a story about what normal quietly costs. Because for almost every human who ever lived, the night had a shape, two sleeps and a fire and an hour of stories in between, a space to wake up inside your own life while the world was still dark. You were handed a switch instead, brighter, longer, emptier, and the next time you wake in the dark and can't sleep before you reach for the light, consider that your body isn't failing you. It's remembering something you were never taught, a room your ancestors lived in every night, and that you've never once been inside.